Did you miss your deadline to renew your Medicaid coverage? You can still send your completed annual review form to Healthy Connections Medicaid. You may be assigned to another health plan, but you can ask to come back to First Choice within 60 days of renewed Medicaid eligibility. It's your family. It's your choice. First Choice is the right choice. Renew and choose us. Visit selecthealthofsc.com/renew to learn more.
Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Let's talk about love and marriage the way that God intended. Life experience, here we share it. The No Fruit Podcast. Tune in from any platform. No Fruit Podcast will help your spirit transform.
Hey everyone, how are y'all today? We thank y'all for tuning in to us today. I know it's been a little while. We've been dealing with graduations and moving in and out and finding people jobs and going back to school and all that type of stuff. So we're glad to be back on the microphone with y'all today.
Certainly are. Glad to be here.
So,
glad you're here.
As I stated, we have been contemplating about going back to school and all that type of stuff. And so I am back in school.
Yay!
And most of you know, I had to come out because of family challenges and just making sure that things were all right. Just doing my husbandly, fatherly duties, if you will.
Give it up.
So, but one of the things that I've learned since I've been back in school, it had me take a personality test. And one of my homework assignments was for this dear lady over here.
Me?
She had to, I had to speak to her about my personality thing.
You had to speak to me as part of your homework.
Yeah, I had to speak to you part of my homework. And I don't know, it's not an interview, but I don't know what you would call it. But anyway, she had to read my personality assessment and determine what was right or what was wrong.
Not what was right, it was what I agreed with.
No, what was right or what was wrong. First of all,
yes,
there were moments when she was reading this thing and she kept looking up in the sky like I've never seen her head move that fast in my life. I understand she was thinking. It was
my right brain, left brain thinking. I had to, figure out, like, is this true? Is this who he really is? Like,
yeah, well, that was odd. That was real crazy. But I have a question.
For me?
Yes, for you.
Okay.
What do you think was right? What would be the one thing, everything that you had read was right? Because
there were several things I can't.
No. Just pick one. Just let's just pick one. Because I could tell you what you had me write in my homework. I'm like, that's okay.
That was right.
Yeah.
I mean, the first thing that's on the list is self-confidence, because that was one of the first things that came up in the reading.
Right. No, but I'm saying out of all of it, was the one glaring thing that's like, yo, that is Maurice. I'm going to tell you what it is. You said that I like to talk.
Oh, you do like to talk.
So.
It didn't say that. That's just one of my things.
That's the one thing you kept harping on. You said, you like to talk. You like to talk. You like to talk. You like to research stuff and then talk about it. You like to, just wake up and talk. You sleep and talk. Mm-hmm. Okay.
But then he comes home and then complains that he had to talk to people. Somebody was in the market talking to me, and I don't even know that lady, but she's talking. Okay. And then he goes on and on and on about it. He gets on the phone with people, and he's like, oh, my gosh, I was on the phone with them for 3 hours. Okay, well, there's a way you can end the conversation.
I just want to know why.
And then it's funny because then he'll say, oh, whoever he's talking to, my wife just came in. And then he'll hand me the phone. Like, I want to talk to them.
It depends on who it is because it's not everybody.
And then he'll talk. And then I give him the phone back. And then they have to talk about, oh. And then they start the conversation all over again. So it's not like, hey, I'm helping to end the conversation with that person.
Sometimes you do. Depends on the individual.
Most times, no.
Yeah, I would say yes.
No,
because you don't talk.
I don't talk, but you get the phone back and then you continue the talk.
No, I try. No, I think what happens, people, find out like, oh wow, she's there, and you don't say anything, so the conversation dies, and then
you get it back on the phone and you talk.
No, that's not true.
He's a talker.
No.
So those who know him dearly, just put in the comments, talker. And it's great. That's why we have podcasts. That's why, he was once Minister Maurice, because he talks. Coach Maurice, because he talks. Go ahead. We even tried y'all playing the quiet game. He can't do it. He's trying it right now. But he can't do it. He's picked up something to read to take his mind off of because he's so anxious and he probably wants to talk. His legs are moving over there. He can't keep still. He wants to say something.
It's not that bad.
What's not that bad?
That I want to talk. It's not like I have to talk. I'm never in a position where I feel as though I have to say something.
Oh, no. In your assessment didn't say that you have to talk. No.
Yeah, I don't have to talk. I don't have to say anything.
Mm-mm. And I would agree. You can be, you let others say things, and you sit back and listen.
Assess.
You listen and you assess.
And then I determine whether or not I want to comment on that or not.
Exactly. If you want to provide any additional information to fix any of the wrongs that were said, you will do that. Otherwise, no. It'll be a meeting after the meeting.
Mm-hmm.
So that's...
So, so I'm learning a lot in this particular class, but
there were things that were on the assessment that I did not agree with.
Yeah. Well, here's what happened too. We all had taken the assessment test together.
Family. Well, all four of us.
Yeah, the four of us. And so one thing that was consistent though, we're all introverted.
Yes. To some degree.
Now
from 6%.
Yeah, I'm only 6% introverted. Yeah. Because everybody else is a little higher. They're 20 plus. Mm-hmm. And I'm only at 6% introverted. So it was very interesting to see that and hear that.
Now, did you consider yourself introverted before taking that assessment?
I would say kind of.
I mean, I think deep down you are. But because you like to talk, because of your presence, as I had said in the homework assignment, that, you just have that presence that people will come to you and ask questions. People will come to you looking for answers because you have that authoritarian vibe, whether it's the self-confidence that it spoke of or whatever it may be. People just kind of come to you. So you do have to talk, and it does allow, pull you out a little bit. But also one of the things I said prior to reading the assessment, I said, you're a caring person. Hey, y'all, he's caring. So he cares a lot to the point where it can make him sick because he cares about people. He cares about the world. He cares about his family. Yes, dear. You want to say something?
I didn't say anything.
You took a deep breath in, like you wanted to say something.
I don't have anything to say. I'm sitting here looking at the fake plants.
Okay. So he's caring, and so I think that's one of the things that makes him different and unique. But yeah, you don't agree?
No, I think I don't care as much as you're saying. I believe I do care, but I believe that what makes me sick is stress.
Correct. It said that in the assessment.
So I don't believe that I care about people enough where that would make me sick. Maybe sick and tired of what they're saying, but I'm not.
Or the people are stressing you out.
No, sometimes it's not people just stressing me out. It's just our own type of stress. Our personal, household stuff that stresses me out.
No, I'm saying even within the workplace or even within church or what. I'm going over our entire 20, almost 30 years of knowing each other.
Right.
The things that I've seen you get.
I can't say that I've stressed over people enough to make me sick though. Okay. I think it's been situational, and what my involvement is with that, not so much the stress of individuals, because I understand my own. I've been in a lot of work environments where it could have been stressful, right? But I wasn't stressed out because of the job. I was stressed out mainly because of personal stuff and not knowing how sick I might have really been or whatever it is. I've been worried, whether it's been our finances or whatever else, that takes precedent over everything. You get what I mean? Our personal stuff. I don't think I've been, let's say we have kids, just like some of you have kids, right? How much stress are y'all experiencing just having kids? Now, it hasn't been to the point where I've been sick over them. I care a lot about them. I care very deeply, right? But it's been a compound effect and not necessarily one situation. Maybe that's the better way to put it. You get what I mean? Because even for yourself, the stuff that you've been through, you've put me under a lot of stress. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, so it's you caring about that person. Again, I think people that you don't care about, that situation of those people is not going to stress you out.
Yeah,
so.
I don't care, but I don't think I care enough about people to be sick. That's what I'm getting at.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I do. Like I said, I think it's the situation that I see myself in or around or whatever.
And again, I'm going over the 20 years. So you're thinking about right now where your network might be a little bit smaller. So I'm thinking about over the 20 years where I
can't think of one situation where I thought of an individual person that made me sick.
No, I'm saying you care.
Oh, I care.
Right. I'm saying you cared about people.
Yeah. So
you know what I mean?
So you're saying all 20,000 people that I know, because I care about each and every one of them, they've made me sick.
That's not what I'm getting at. I'm just saying that you said you get sick because of stress. I'm saying that it's also linked to you caring about people. And those caring about people can, if they're not doing what you think is best, can be stressful. So I'm just saying that it's linked, that it's not one or the other. So whether it is, like you said, myself or your children, it's not, we ourselves don't make you sick, but if, things are not done decency and order, that situation can be a stressful situation, which then can, yes, as the assessment said, you can become sick because of the stress. The stress of... No,
I'm going to tell you what I think fits me best in that, what that assessment said when it comes to other people. Hold on, let me pull this thing up, because it said... and I think this is probably the most perfect thing. Mm-hmm. It said, I distance myself from what's going on, so I distance myself. I can become cold in relation to others. Like, I think that's what I do. That's why I said I don't believe I get sick, when it comes to individuals.
Right, but that's after a certain point. But I think there are still situations where...
Like, having to deal with insufficiently competent people. Like, that's something that I don't.
You don't. I know. You don't do well with that.
And
that's what makes you
unorganized
distance,
activity.
and that what makes you distance yourself. But when people are not in that situation, when they are trying, you want to try with them.
No. Mm-mm.
You hold on to them for a little while.
I don't try. I don't think I do. I don't think I have. I don't think I always. I don't think I. Not like that.
You might let them go for a little while, but they, it's there. And again, you got to think about all 20 years, all 30 years.
20 years.
30 years.
I'm thinking about it.
So that's just what I recall. So, because in the beginning of the assessment that you had me
read.
Not the assessment, I'm sorry, with the interview for the school.
Right.
It was, how long have you known this person? You know what I mean? So we've known each other.
Like you said, almost 30 years.
Almost 30 years. So I'm giving information and feedback over those 30 years.
Okay. All right.
Where you were, almost the therapist for the young people. And did you not take on, at least you told me you took on some of that burden that they had? Whether they, didn't have a place to stay, they didn't have this.
I guess, so in that case, I guess there were some places, I guess I would try to help them out in their situation,
And you would talk.
But I
you would talk them through and, be a lending ear. Go ahead.
But I think that I didn't take on the burden like you might have.
No, we did things differently.
I understand that we're talking about me.
Yes.
But I think that what your situation might have been was a little more stressful than what mine would have been.
But we're talking about you. You
Right.
brought up school and then this assessment.
Right.
And I brought up what I have known of you.
Right.
Like you said, and I think when you talk about people,
Right.
and you said, you say all the time, Kaf, if I won the Mega Millions, what would you do, babe?
Oh, I would go hide out on an island.
No, you wouldn't. That's not what you say. What do you say?
I would find my toothbrush and the
Why
next
you gotta
boat.
find it, babe? You know where it is.
I'm gonna go get me a gold toothbrush.
Oh, okay.
I got,
Gold
I'm
toothbrush.
gonna go get me a gold toothbrush.
Okay.
And then go find me somebody with a boat that has access to.
That is not what you say.
And go
Be
find me
honest. When you say to me, and I say, oh, babe, let's play, and you say, Kaf, if we win.
I am disappearing on Mars.
Y'all, he is lying so bad.
Oh, gosh.
Come on. Look me in my eyes.
I can't see. My eyes is closed.
He's a fool. I don't want to say it. I want you to say.
You want me to say what?
What you normally say.
That
if you,
I got a bag packed. And then I'm leaving to Saturn.
The truth shall set you free.
So, between the cover your ears.
They're closed. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me? Kafa, can you hear me? All right, so between you and I did say at one point in time that I may help out one or two people. But you can't tell Kafa that. Okay? Kafa, you coming back now?
Oh, you want me now?
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway,
I
don't
would
know.
help somebody.
He would help a whole lot of somebody. He said we wouldn't have any money. Like, it wouldn't even be worth, like, him putting it on TV that he won, it wouldn't matter because it would have been gone already because he would have given it to the whole world.
Maybe.
So if y'all listening and he wins the Mega Millions, guess what? You getting some money. So congratulations to you.
Wow. Wow.
You're a listener. You get some money. You're a listener. You get some money.
I mean, we're a family, right? I guess.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, see, that was, before COVID. See, since COVID, things have changed.
No, you
I need
said
a
it just
bubble.
recently.
I need a bubble.
You just said it recently.
I didn't say I was going to give it to everybody, though. Everybody doesn't deserve it.
Okay.
You know, so
You just still say we wasn't gonna have any. We wouldn't have any money. You would take care. You would get some things, but
I didn't say we would be broke. I didn't say that.
what's your definition of broke?
Broke is like the little kid on the little TikTok video when he was reading his little homework, and he said that the kid had $1, $1 1 nickel or something like that, and he said, "Little Jimmy broke," you know. So I ain't gonna be like that, you know. So no, I don't plan to be in that space.
Okay.
Nah, not at all. Not by a long shot. I mean, I think what I would do if I did have the money, you know, I would provide some type of programs or create an organization where people can get jobs and, you know, things like that. You know, but I'm not going to just walk around and say, "Hey, here's $1."
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, but see, that's you know, the introvert in me is also now recanting all of that. The introvert is going to go hide somewhere, like I said, and go find me an island.
And that's because what were your words and your letters or whatever for this assessment other than introvert? Because we keep talking about introvert, and that was only 6%, y'all.
I mean, INTJ. I mean, my highest one is judging.
Judging.
So, yeah. That was
Do you think that's correct?
Yeah, most definitely.
In what ways?
I judge everything.
You judge everything?
Mm-hmm. I analyze it. I judge it, you know, not everything.
I mean, one of the career things that it said you would do well in is law.
Yes.
Do you feel as though that's true? I was kind of like, I don't know. I think you're very because in my notes I put, for law, when it comes to community organizations that we've been a part of, you're very much Robert Rules of Order. Like this is the law. Is it in the bylaws? Is it part of the notes? Is it in the minutes? Like that law. But overall, when it comes to the justice system and
I mean, I guess in that space, I
was like, no, I don't. That's when I was pondering, looking out. Like I was looking out. Like, can I see him doing that? No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
No.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't see that part of law.
I just would like for y'all to take the time and do your own self-assessment, personality trait assessment. And just to see if you're introverted, extroverted, you know, intuitive, you know, thinking individual, judging, individual. I think it really opened up my eyes to some things.
Right.
And also, since I've have someone to talk it over with, to see, because sometimes you when you look in the mirror, it's not what everybody else sees, you know. So I think that's something else to take in consideration.
And I think because we did it as a family, we were able to see how our personalities overlapped. We were able to see how our personalities clash, and then ultimately now we can kind of know how to handle each other and talk to each other because, hey, he's not going to receive this information this way because he's a thinker, you know. So I have to deliver information to him a certain way because he's not going to receive it. It's just not going to sink in. So me being more of a touchy-feely person, that's not for him. It says it right there in this paperwork, assessment. Like, don't do it. So, that's not his language. That's not what he's concerned about, whatever. He's caring, you know what I mean, in a thoughtful way because he's a thinker. Right. So he cares because he thinks. He thinks because he cares, or however you want to put it, but he is not the touchy-feely, emotional, sentimental, whatever. He wants to know the background of that, but he don't care enough to about your feelings, type of a thing. So it was, yes, it was. So that was interesting. Again, like I said, when we look at all four of us in this household and our learning styles and our way that we communicate, and then what's the best way to communicate, to others. So it was really good. It was really, really good. So if you guys haven't done it as a family, or as a unit, as a marital unit, try it out. because I think it can help. Whether you're new in a relationship or 20 plus years in, like Maurice and I, I think we'll put the link or something down there, babe.
And see, I think one of the things before we get off this microphone today, I think if you would have, because when I've taken this test before, I was an E. I wasn't an I. Mm-hmm. You know, I was extroverted, not introverted. So, you know, I have to also understand that the time, you know,
right,
and the age and experiences, you know. So again, me being only 6% introverted, would you even consider me introverted? Would you consider me, you know, 50-50? Like, that's such a low number, in my opinion.
But it's about the questions that they asked was, you know, what do you prefer? You know,
right.
So you may, because of roles in your life, you have to be extroverted, you know, for the roles that you had at that particular time.
Right.
But now that you're not in those roles,
right,
you get to then assess it and say, hey, well, what am I really?
Right, right.
You know, because again, we do these at work as well. And they tell us like, hey, your work may be different because of the type of work you have to do. So you may have to work in teams, but you really may well be the best independent thinker. So that's some of the differences there. So, you know, if you fill it out at work, you're like, oh, you know, do you work well in teams? Like, well, yeah, because I do it every day. But when you think about it overall for your overall life, like, no, I don't like working with other people because they don't know what they're doing.
Right.
At least that's for you. I mean, that's, you know, one of the other things I wrote down, like, you know, I think you're independent. Like, you don't do well in teams. When you are in teams, just looking at you from schoolwork and from community organizations that you've been a part of, you go to the team meetings, you sit there, but you sit there quiet because you don't work well with teams. You think they're idiots and it's a waste of time. Right. End of the day, you come back home and you get done your portion, or you'll do the whole entire assignment and you come back and say, all right, this worked.
Right.
So that's just how I think it is.
So as I stated,
yes,
you get to see yourself from someone else's eyes that you may not think of or see yourself in. Because I think I do okay in teams, but I don't know. Maybe I don't. Maybe that's the reason why I get into my box.
How do you think you do well in teams?
I'm not gonna think about that one.
I mean, so my description of you just sitting back quiet, was that accurate?
I mean, yeah, I sit back quiet because I like to see what's going on and get an idea of who's talking and not saying anything. And who is saying a whole lot just by their body language. Because some people talk a whole lot, especially, you know, when people are rolling their eyes and, you know, things like that. Or even when they know what the answer is, and all they could just, you know, just like, but they don't ever speak up. You know, so I just like to watch. I guess I do more people watching than I do really pay attention to the meeting itself recently. Yeah. I don't know why. It's just been fun people watching though.
Yeah, I mean, I do have to say, you know, it's changed a little bit being in Zoom and, you know, whatnot.
Yeah, but maybe that's what it is too.
But definitely, you know, throughout my career, having been in several meetings, it's very interesting to see who's doodling, who's paying attention, who's looking around. You know, then I check myself like, okay,
because technically you're doing the same thing. Right. You were looking at everybody else. You're not paying attention either.
Right. So.
Oh, gosh. Well, we thank y'all for listening today. And hopefully y'all learned something about me, which is retardedness. But we'll keep it moving. Thank y'all very much for listening.
Thank you.
Be sure to follow us and share the episode. We're glad to be back on the mic, y'all. Talk to y'all.
This week's episode has come the fun doesn't have to stop here. If you have any questions, suggestions, or feedback, head over right now to Twitter and Facebook and like, share, and get involved. Join us next time.
Did you miss your deadline to renew your Medicaid coverage? You can still send your completed annual review form to Healthy Connections Medicaid. You may be assigned to another health plan, but you can ask to come back to First Choice within 60 days of renewed Medicaid eligibility. It's your family. It's your choice. First Choice is the right choice. Renew and choose us. Visit selecthealthofsc.com/renew to learn more.
Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.